What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz97, and welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, in front of this sold-out crowd, and we have got a blockbuster episode of Monday Night Raw in store for you. We are hot on the road to Battleground, and we are kicking things off tonight with a matchup that was advertised last week. It will be Summer Rae and Tamina Snuka of the Divas Empire taking on Nikki Bella and the WWE Women's Champion, Asuka. And of course, you can see flanking our two competitors tonight is the third member of the Divas Empire, Brie Bella. Of course, last week we saw, well, the Women's Champion was set for singles competition against Brie Bella. It was going to be Asuka versus Brie, but the Divas Empire had other plans on the night. But right now, the Divas Empire, we're gonna see if they can back up what they tried to pull off last week, or if they're gonna get their comeuppance here tonight, because they're getting their hands on the Women's Champion, but they're also gonna get their hands on another woman who has been a thorn in their side, or rather, I guess you could say, more like the Divas Empire has been a thorn in Nikki Bella's side. But of course, it was last week here on Monday Night Raw that the Divas Empire ambushed Asuka prior to what was supposed to be a scheduled match between Asuka and Brie Bella. But while Brie Bella was busy gloating on the ramp, she was attacked from behind by Nikki Bella, and Asuka turned the tables. But this was what we were left with, a stare down between Nikki Bella and Asuka. So it's clear that Nikki Bella, despite, I guess, giving a bit of an assist, although, I mean, Asuka really handled herself last week. All Nikki really did was take out Brie Bella. And, I mean, did Nikki really help Asuka in that instance? Brie wasn't exactly getting her hands in the action herself, but we know that Nikki and Brie, well, they have their history. They, of course, back at the Slammy Awards, they faced off in a match that was won by Brie Bella. So Nikki, she might not have exactly aided Asuka last week, but she, I guess, got a bit of revenge on Brie, and I guess that truly was what mattered most to Nikki. But right now, we're going to see if this alliance between Nikki Bella and Nikki Bella and Asuka, rather, we're going to see if it can actually hold some water. Or are there going to be holes in this boat? Are they going to go down swinging? I don't know. We're going to have to see how this plays out. But, of course, you can see right there your Women's Champion sauntering down to the ring. Of course, Asuka, she won that title back at WrestleMania by defeating Sasha Banks and Natalya in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. And ever since then, Asuka has been mowing down challengers left and right. She is undefeated here in Universe Mode. Of course, at Extreme Rules, she went through Emma, and at Payback, she defeated Becky Lynch. And now it seems as though both Brie, well, not just Brie and Nikki, but the Divas Empire have set their sights. Everyone is gunning for the Women's Champion. And last week, it was Brie who said that, well, she called out to Summer and Tamina saying to show Asuka who runs this yard, who truly is, I guess, the sheriff in town. But, I mean, either way you slice it, the Women's Champion Asuka, she is at the top of the food chain. Oh, wait a minute. Right now, it's Summer Rae and Nikki Bella who's going to start things off. There was a slap there from Nikki Bella. Of course, Nikki, she's had a few run-ins with the Divas Empire in the past. And you can see there's that ego of hers, but that might come back to cost her as Summer Rae. Massive clothesline there from Summer Rae. Taking down Nikki Bella as she rubs that boot right across the face. No respect being shown here by Summer Rae. But later on tonight, oh, wait a minute, look at Summer Rae just bouncing her face off the canvas. Well, later on tonight, we will see the World Heavyweight Champion Cesaro in action in our main event. And I've received word that Triple H has brought back a former WWE superstar, has signed them to a contract, and, well, they're going to be facing the World Heavyweight Champion later on tonight. It'll be interesting to see who exactly Triple H has in mind, who is going to be stepping up to fight our World Champion. But right now, Nikki Bella just stepped up to Summer Rae with that massive punch to the face and took her down to the Hurricanrana. As you can see, Brie Bella is at ringside for this matchup in the corner of the Divas Empire. Is she going to perhaps play a bit of a distraction factor in this matchup? So far, she has not done so, but you can never really trust her, as Nikki Bella was looking to perhaps make a tag to Asuka, but Summer Rae cut that down. And that's the strategy that the Divas Empire are going to have to use here. Target the weak link in Nikki Bella. And I know that's going to sound disrespectful to Nikki Bella, but I mean, Asuka's track record so far, it speaks for itself. And compare the Divas Empire, I mean, they've faced off against Nikki in the past and come out victorious. Whereas with Asuka, well, last week the results speak for themselves. Can't even words. But Summer Rae now dumping, oh, but a counter by Nikki. She got her with that forearm to the face, and now Nikki gonna duck back inside the ring. Got her with a forearm, got her with another one. Summer Rae is staggered. Nikki Bella trying to back her back into that corner once again. Oh, but this time Summer Rae able to block, and now look at this inside cradle. The shoulders are down. One. No, but a quick kick out from Nikki Bella. Oh, and now look at this, a cheap shot by Summer Rae, knocking the women's champion off the apron there. And again, looking to continue with this divide and conquer strategy. Keep the women's champion out of this matchup and just go to work on Nikki Bella with a double back body drop. And now Tamina gonna go into the cover. Does she ever one? Does she ever two? No, a kick out by Nikki. Brie Bella has not played any interference in this matchup just yet. And I mean, if the Divas Empire can keep operating at this pace, she might not have to. As Nikki Bella stumbles to her feet, but Tamina Snuka's got her with that backbreaker, now just stretching her out over her knee here. Just putting all the torque, the strain on that lower back of Nikki Bella. And of course, in this matchup, you are looking at, of course, the current women's champion in Asuka, but in the past, you've got the former Divas champions in Tamina, Summer Rae, and Nikki Bella. And that's one common through line that the Divas Empire shares, that they all are former Divas champions who have been neglected in recent memory. As Nikki Bella was able to stick the landing off that attempted back suplex, but unable to capitalize. She was a little off balance. And now it's Tamina Snuka, who continues to work away on Nikki Bella, bouncing her skull first off that turnbuckle. And now makes a tag to Summer Rae. Nikki Bella whipped off the ropes, and here we see it again, the double back body drop. And look at Summer Rae. Summer Rae just pointing out the crowd, or maybe she was, I don't know, just calling out some of Nikki Bella's supporters here. Almost just looking to just add insult to injury, rub more salt in the wound. And so far, Asuka, I mean, Asuka's been stuck on that apron, unable to help Nikki out in this matchup. And now look at Summer Rae. She blows a kiss, almost to say, "This is good night. This is gonna finish her off." As it's not too often that we see Summer Rae scale to the top rope, but she's looking to take a risk here tonight. As Nikki Bella stumbles to her feet, here comes Summer Rae. Oh, she got caught. Summer Rae got caught. Nikki Bella's got her. Is she looking to powerbomb her into that corner? No, wait, she spins her around. Oh, and bounces her off the turnbuckle, but Nikki Bella has the opening. And she makes the tag, and the women's champion has entered this matchup, the Empress now. Looking to remind us all, why she is the Empress, why she's the one on top calling the shots. As Summer stumbles to her feet, but Asuka chops her back down to size, and now look at Asuka. These devastating kicks, devastating strikes from Asuka. And got her with that roundhouse kick to the side of the skull. Summer Rae might be out cold. Oh, but that one might do it. Summer Rae somehow was able to, trying to get to her feet, but Asuka might have just shut her lights out right there, but she's not done yet. Asuka looking to make an example out of Summer Rae now with a couple more kicks to the abdomen. As now Summer Rae is staggered. Oh, and a vicious Saito suplex there from Asuka. And ever the aggressive one is Asuka, ever the confident Asuka. As she's got Summer Rae looking, wait a minute, no, a counter. Summer Rae able to counter into, was that a reverse STO or maybe an arm breaker? But either way, she takes down the women's champion and makes a tag to Tamina Snuka. Oh, but a counter by Asuka. And Tamina Snuka barely even got out of the starting blocks. As Asuka caught her with that jawbreaker, then a drop kick. Tamina able to stumble to her feet. But Asuka continues to strike away. Summer Rae just watches on the apron as, well, she's been on the receiving end of these devastating strikes. She knows the power that Asuka packs behind those kicks all too well. And now here comes Asuka with a running hip attack, but she chose not to go for the cover. Instead, Asuka looking to go in for the kill. Summer Rae trying to get involved. The referee not going to let it happen. And Asuka with a devastating roundhouse kick, a flash knockout. 2, 3, and it's over. Asuka with that knockout kick puts Tamina Snuka to bed, puts the Divas Empire to bed. And it is the combined efforts of Nikki Bella and Asuka who managed to pick up the win in this tag team matchup. But not a lot of cohesion between those two. I mean, really all it took was one tag. For the most part, Nikki Bella and Asuka operating independently of one another. But they got the job done in the end, and I suppose that's what matters. But Brie Bella, she's got to pitch in her 2 cents. And well, Nikki Bella's telling her to bring it on. And Asuka agrees. It seems as though Nikki and Asuka have a similar agenda here. But Brie Bella just opting to stay on the apron. Nikki Bella telling her to put her money where her mouth is. But look at Asuka. Asuka's eyeing down Nikki Bella. And now Asuka, well, clearly Asuka is not picking sides in this conflict between the Bella twins. Nikki Bella telling her to bring it on. Could this be? Well, Asuka, she's staring down both of the Bella twins, perhaps her next 2 challengers. Oh, and Asuka turning her back. Wait a minute! Backstage! We've got backstage footage here. That's Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins just bounced Scott Dawson's skull off that locker. Well, I had heard that Seth Rollins would be in the building tonight, but oh my god, a trash can to the skull. Well, Seth Rollins, I'm surprised he's even still standing after the beating he took at Payback. Baron Corbin betraying him before the match, laying him out with a deep 6 on the concrete floor. And then really he was left at the mercy of the Wolves. The Revival just picked the pieces of whatever was left of him. But clearly Seth Rollins is here for a fight tonight. Just laying into whoever he could get his hands on first. And unfortunately for Scott Dawson, he was the first man Seth could find. And I get the feeling that Seth Rollins is still on the warpath. That's not the... Oh, wait a minute, but there's Baron Corbin! And Baron Corbin just blasted him with that... I mean, he just blasted him with those steel shelves, that cart. And now Seth Rollins, well, he just walked out of that locker room. Scott Dawson put through a table. And now Baron Corbin looking to show him the wrath of the lone wolf. As Baron Corbin just clobbered him with that last shot. And now what's Corbin thinking? Corbin's just dragging him just by the nape of the neck there. Oh, and now ramming him into a table. And now Baron Corbin, he's going to go for it again. Baron Corbin scoops him up, drops him down, and another punch straight to the face. I mean, Seth Rollins, he managed to get the better of Scott Dawson. But he has been met with, I mean, he was just hit by a truck in the form of Baron Corbin. And now Baron Corbin, well, clearly he's looking to pick up right where he left off at Payback. If Seth Rollins can still stand, if Seth Rollins can still fight, well, then clearly Baron Corbin doesn't believe he's done his job. Corbin was Seth Rollins' right-hand man. I mean, the Revival, Baron Corbin, they were Seth Rollins' trusted allies. Although, to be fair, when it comes to Seth Rollins, he's not the greatest when it comes to maintaining alliances. But right now, Baron Corbin got him up in the electric chair position. You gotta be kidding me! A powerbomb onto that concrete. There might be a bit of carpeting there, or maybe that's just the stone. But either way, the concrete floor will show no forgiveness to what is now just a lifeless Seth Rollins. As Baron Corbin, no, he was looking to drop him on those chairs, but Seth Rollins managed to counter it. I don't know how Seth Rollins can still fight, but clearly Seth Rollins is not finished with the Revival, and he's not finished with Baron Corbin. And now those steel chairs. Oh, Corbin's in a bad way here. Seth Rollins in need of the skull. Corbin staggered. Seth Rollins, no. Baron Corbin strikes back, and now Corbin. Oh my God, Corbin's got him up on his shoulders. And again, power bombs him straight into that concrete. But Corbin still will not quit, will not relent. I mean, Seth Rollins has just been absolutely obliterated here. He took out Scott Dawson, but now he's on the receiving end of yet another deep six. Baron Corbin, he just crushed the life out of Rollins. And now Corbin just mocking him here. Wait, Seth Rollins is still moving. How is he still moving? Well, at the end of the day, Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins is still operating with a numbers game here. He's already at less than 100%. Oh, and this isn't going to help things. No, it will not. The end of days. Rollins is out cold. There will be no getting up from that one. And it seems as though the situation between Seth Rollins and his former allies only continues to escalate. Eventually, we've got to reach a boiling point. Eventually, it seems as though Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin, well, they are set to collide, but right now, we've got more singles action here on Monday Night Raw. Well, I suppose this is the first official match. The first official singles match. I mean, that backstage skirmish between Baron Corbin and Seth Rollins was not a match. But we've got singles action here, and it is Kalisto, formerly of the Lucha Dragons, now he's set to fly solo after he was betrayed by his former tag team partner, now the current United States champion, Sin Cara. But tonight, Kalisto, I mean, it's not going to be an easy task, but he's going to have to put Sin Cara out of his mind, because tonight, he's got a date with the Viper, Randy Orton. And Randy Orton, he's had the opposite, I guess, journey that Kalisto has recently been on. Whereas Kalisto, he was betrayed by his partner. Randy Orton, at the Payback pay-per-view, he defeated Finn Balor. After Finn Balor, well, Randy Orton, of course, last week, actually I'm mistaken, 2 weeks ago, Randy Orton, he called out Finn Balor, and he said, well, he asked him, why were you holding back at Payback? I know that you've got a demon hidden within you. You've got a demon that you keep locked away. Why didn't you bring him out? Did you think I can't handle it? Well, and Randy Orton then proceeded to defeat Cedric Alexander in a matchup, part of our new superstar initiative, which will of course see new superstars, unsigned talent, competing, getting the opportunity to earn a WWE contract. But Randy Orton, he defeated Cedric Alexander 2 weeks ago, and he was looking to give Finn Balor a bit of a taste of his own inner demons. He was looking to finish off Cedric Alexander for good, but it was Finn Balor who came down to Alexander's aid. And now the question is, are we going to see a rematch? Is Finn Balor going to bring the demon? Well, right now, Randy Orton, he's got to be focused on Kalisto. I said that Kalisto's got to have his mind off Sin Cara. Well, Randy Orton, he has to take his mind off of Finn Balor, at least for the moment. Because Kalisto, he's a slippery one. Especially when you've got a guy as quick, as explosive as Kalisto. You cannot take your eyes off of him for a second. You cannot take your mind off of him for a second. Because that's what he's going to hit you with. Kicks like that. And driving the knees now into the shoulders. Kalisto takes down Randy Orton. Now springs to the top rope. But Randy Orton might be a bit out of range here. But Kalisto, it looks like he's going to go for it anyway. Randy stumbles to his feet. Randy trying to cut him down, but Kalisto off the top rope. Look at this arm drag. Beautiful move there by Kalisto. As Randy Orton, you can see him just writhing. But Kalisto, you don't want to turn your back on Randy Orton. You cannot afford to do that. As Randy Orton takes him down with a signature backbreaker. Oh, and now a vicious European uppercut. Kalisto, he might be quick. He might be explosive, but nothing can match the ferocity of those uppercuts from Randy Orton. As now Randy Throwing him into the corner and got him with a clothesline. And that just took the life right out of him. And now Randy Orton, you can hear the crowd. You can hear the crowd chanting his name, perhaps trying to get inside his head. But all it's doing is playing to his ego. And Randy Orton, he will mock these people. He will mock his opponents. Because he truly thinks that he is a legend, a living legend in that ring. And his goal at the current moment is to well, he calls himself the Rookie Killer. We've seen him apply this mentality to the likes of AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, the guys who are not rookies, but because they've been in the WWE for less time than Randy Orton. Oh my God! Springboard Hurricanrana there by Kalisto. I'm sure Kalisto falls into this category as well for Randy Orton. If you have not been in the WWE as long as Randy Orton, well, you're a rookie. And Randy Orton will seek to cut you down where you stand, but Kalisto is taking Randy Orton to task right now. Randy just has not had an answer to the quickness. Oh, but he caught that kick. He caught that one. And now he's got Kalisto right where he wants him. Another devastating uppercut. As Kalisto, the force of that, sent him under the bottom rope out to the apron. He's trying to stabilize himself, pull himself to his feet, but oh no. No. That's not where Kalisto wants to be. Randy Orton taking him down with that neck breaker. And now Randy Orton pounds the mat. He's calling for Kalisto to get to his feet. Randy Orton thought maybe he might have been looking for an RKO, but instead Randy Orton's got other plans. As Kalisto taken to the corner. Orton gonna drop him off that turnbuckle with snake eyes. Kalisto, he's out on his feet and now off the ropes. Randy Orton scoops him up and drives him down with a devastating power slam. And now Randy Orton dragging him to the center of the ring. And now Randy, he's stomping away. This is vintage Randy Orton right here, just methodically picking his opponent apart. And stomping straight on the skull. And now Randy's building up a head of steam. And then driving the knee right across the forehead. Now going to hook the leg on Kalisto. He thinks he's done enough. 2. But no. Kalisto kicks out at the last second. He manages to survive, manages to hang on. But for how much longer, I wonder. Because Randy Orton, he's pounding the mat. No, wait a minute, look at this. Look who it is. That's Finn Balor. And Randy was perhaps looking to go in for the kill, but the distraction. Kalisto, shoulders down, 1, 2, no. Randy manages to kick out, but his eyes have been taken off the prize. He took his eyes off Kalisto. Finn Balor distracted him. But Randy quickly looking to bounce back and almost just sending a direct message to Balor with this spike DDT. You can see Randy Orton looking around this arena, looking directly at Finn Balor. And as he pounds the canvas, he's staring Balor straight in the face, but Finn Balor trying to play mind games of his own. Randy Orton, this distraction, is it gonna, oh wait, he went for the RKO, but Kalisto able to counter it. You can see Randy is just, he's a step off the mark right now. As, oh my God, Kalisto with a massive clothesline. Randy spills to the outside, and Kalisto saying, I'm your opponent, focus on me. As Randy took his eyes off the prize, he's just a bit off the mark now, thanks to Finn Balor's distraction. Kalisto just caught him with a kick across the side of the skull. And now Kalisto's calling for it. Randy stumbles to his feet, and here we go, Salida del Sol. Shoulders are down, legs are hooked by Kalisto, 2. And Kalisto has scored a massive upset victory here tonight, thanks to a bit of a distraction by Finn Balor. Balor, he didn't have to get involved in the matchup directly, but his presence was enough to throw Randy off of his game. And it gave Kalisto a huge opening that, of course, he was going to capitalize on. And Kalisto, a much-needed victory for him here tonight. Perhaps now he can set his sights on the United States Champion to set his sights on Sin Cara. Next week, it is the go-home episode of Monday Night Raw before Battleground. And in the main event of that episode, we will see Finn Balor take on Samoa Joe. We will also see Sami Zayn compete in singles action, and we will give a rundown of the Battleground match card. But in the meantime, if you've missed any of the action, be sure to go back and get caught up on the series. And well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our main event. You've got to be kidding me. This is the former WWE superstar that Triple H has signed. Well, making his Raw return, his Universe Mode debut, this is the Brian Kendrick. And I cannot deny that I'm excited to see Brian Kendrick back in a WWE ring. But at the same time, from what I last recall, Brian Kendrick, is he going to be up to the task of fighting Cesaro here tonight? Is he really going to be up for this? Well, he's been out of WWE action. Wait a minute. I love this part. Well, he's been out of in-ring competition as far as the WWE is concerned. He has not made. I mean, his last WWE appearance was years ago. But you have to imagine that Brian Kendrick, he's still been training, looking to perfect his craft. I guess we'll see the fruits of that training here tonight when he takes on the World Heavyweight Champion. But Cesaro, he's got a lot on his mind as well. And Brian Kendrick, this could be the golden opportunity to score a huge win over Monday Night Raw's top dog. But look at Cesaro here tonight. He's looking dapper. He's decked out with the suit. Doesn't quite have the tie, though. He doesn't have the complete look. But Cesaro looking... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Cesaro. There it is. There's the Swiss Superman that I'm used to seeing. There is your World Heavyweight Champion. He is an uppercut above. And the King of Swing tonight, making a beeline for the ring. He's going to be taking on Brian Kendrick. But you want to talk about superstars who've got a lot on their plate, a lot on their mind right now. Cesaro, he has been dealing with Samoa Joe, and, well, of course, it was at the Payback pay-per-view that Cesaro defended his World Heavyweight Championship against AJ Styles. But towards the tail end of that matchup, Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine, well, actually, it wasn't even him who made the first move. The Club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, came down to the ring, interrupted the matchup, and then, of course, it was Samoa Joe who laid out both Styles and Cesaro, and ever since then, Samoa Joe has made it clear that he wants Cesaro's World Heavyweight Championship, and he will do whatever it takes, use any means necessary to get it. As you see there, Cesaro not taking his eyes off Brian Kendrick, not taking his focus off of him. And Kendrick, well, this is a smart move by Kendrick. Cesaro outpowered him, but instead of rushing in with a full head of steam of aggression to really just leave himself open for an attack, Kendrick taking a moment to cool off on the outside, but Cesaro's right there. Cesaro not going to let Kendrick dictate the pace of this matchup. This is his yard after all. This is his show. And Cesaro telling Kendrick, well, if you want to fight me, come and get me. And oh wait, Cesaro was looking to take a preemptive strike, but it's not going to work as the referee cut him off. And that gave Kendrick the opening to strike. Cesaro saved by a rope break there. But Brian Kendrick, that has given him the opening that he needs. And almost similar to Kevin Owens in that regard, that ploy that Kendrick just used right there. Going to the outside of the ring, slowing down the pace of the matchup. Perhaps trying to cut off Cesaro's momentum. And now it's Kendrick who looks to reap the rewards as Cesaro stumbles to his feet. But Kendrick, with a vicious neck breaker straight across maybe more of a back breaker. Maybe it was a bit of both. Straight off of his knee. Just the pure aggression on display by Brian Kendrick in this. Oh my God. And bounced his skull straight off his knee yet again. Now the cover, one. But it's just a 1 count. But Brian Kendrick, he's come out of the gates here. I mean, he's come out of the gate swinging. I mean, just pure aggression on display by Brian Kendrick. Now look at this. Kendrick just clubbing blows to the side of Cesaro's head. This is a much more aggressive Brian Kendrick than what I'm used to seeing. As now Kendrick drives the knee into the temple. Yeah, Brian Kendrick, he is focused here tonight. He's not the same arrogant kid that he once was. Brian Kendrick, I mean, he's had several years to grow, to mature. And it seems as though perhaps this could be his second coming. Unfortunately for him, he's got a Herculean effort in his first match back on Monday Night Raw. I mean, he's taking on the World Heavyweight Champion. You want to talk about a trial by fire. Brian Kendrick, he's being thrown straight into the deep end here. Let's look at Cesaro. Look at the strength of Cesaro with a deadlift. Gut wrench suplex. As Brian Kendrick, well, he started out on the hot foot, but right now it's the Swiss Superman who has turned things completely in his favor, and he's going to continue to do so with these vicious European uppercuts. As Kendrick is staggered, Cesaro going to bounce him off the ropes. Oh, and another European uppercut, devastating. And now the cover, hook of the leg by Cesaro, 1. No, just a 1 count. If I'm Brian Kendrick, I want to avoid those uppercuts at all costs. Well, as he's got him with another one of those backbreakers. You can see Cesaro clutching at his shoulder there. Perhaps Kendrick might have struck a nerve. Let's now look at Kendrick. Kendrick's got a camel clutch applied here. Shades of the Iron Sheik. Very aggressive. A very aggressive approach here by Brian Kendrick, but Cesaro able to duck out the back door. And if it's aggression you want, well, Cesaro can deliver with another aggressive European uppercut, this time to the back of the head. As Kendrick now trying to pull himself to his feet. He doesn't want to stay on the mat for too long because Cesaro's mat game is not to be trifled with. But at the same time, Cesaro, he'll continue to strike you down with those European uppercuts. This time a springboard. 1, 2. No, but a kick out by Kendrick. But you can see that Cesaro is closing in. Cesaro can feel it. I mean, this is the World Heavyweight Champion we're talking about. This is the man who defeated Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania to capture that title. As now Brian Kendrick is backed into a corner. Cesaro has got him right in the palm of his hand. And a devastating knife-edge chop there. As Brian Kendrick will... Oh, wait, counter. Counter by Kendrick. Got him with a jawbreaker. Cesaro staggered. Oh, wait a minute. It's Brian Kendrick. Got him with the sliced bread. And now into the cover. No, a kick out by Cesaro. Well, not quite the sliced bread we're used to seeing. But from a vertical position, Kendrick, it was enough to daze Cesaro, to stagger him. And now a vicious clothesline sending the world champion over the top rope to the outside. And now Kendrick is going to follow. And now that this match is on the outside, perhaps this could play into Kendrick's favor. We've seen him take a much... Oh! What an elbow to the back of the head by Kendrick. Kendrick was looking to hoist Cesaro up there, but I mean, Kendrick, I don't know what kind of training he's done, but I guess he just didn't quite have the strength to get Cesaro up there. Not when Cesaro had fight in him like that. As now Cesaro got him up against that barricade. European uppercut again. Kendrick dropped to the... Oh, we've seen this before. We've seen this before! Cesaro swinging him into that barricade. As the referee up to a count of 8, but Cesaro breaks the count. He doesn't want to win that way. Cesaro is an honorable champion. If he's going to defeat you, he's going to defeat you by pinfall or submission. He's going to do it definitively. Because that's the type of champion he is. That's the type of competitor he is. As now Cesaro with a boot to the side of the head. And now Brian Kendrick, I think the fire within him might have been all but snuffed out. As Cesaro heads back into the ring. And it could be a matter of time before Brian Kendrick... No! Brian Kendrick, the force behind that kick, able to send Cesaro away, able to send him flying. And now Kendrick. Kendrick, he's looking to choke him out here with a sleeper hold. Brian Kendrick with the sleeper hold, center of the ring. Cesaro, no rope break in sight. No rope break in sight as Brian Kendrick looking to make the world champion pass out here. And this is one way to take the fight out of him. But Cesaro able to maneuver out of it. As now it's Brian Kendrick who's... Oh, wait. Kendrick able to roll away. Oh, and there's a punch again by Kendrick. And Kendrick again is going to go back to that sleeper. Brian Kendrick. He will not let go of that sleeper hold. And Cesaro managed to break it now. Cesaro again going to try to maneuver out of this. But you cannot find fault with the aggression here by Kendrick. And again, Kendrick able to roll away. Able to create distance, separation. And again, Kendrick back to this sleeper hold. Kendrick is just relentless right now. He's like a wild animal. He just will not let go of this with this sleeper hold. He's trying to take the fight out of Cesaro the hard way. And right now, the Swiss Superman, I mean, he's in trouble. Brian Kendrick has, I mean, he's taking the fight out of him with that sleeper hold, and he's going for it again. Again! Got him with the standing sliced bread, but he's not done. Kendrick picks him to his feet. And now, oh, look at Kendrick. Look at Kendrick. Kendrick, he's got him in a bully choke. The bully choke is applied. Cesaro, he's been worn out by that sleeper hold. I mean, he can't get to those ropes with his feet. Is Cesaro going to tap out, or is he going to pass out? Is Kendrick going to pick up a huge upset here? Wait a minute, Cesaro's squirming. Cesaro able to strike his way out of it. But hell of an effort there from Kendrick. I thought he might have had him right there. Oh, but Cesaro! So much for that. That Swiss death might have just taken the fight right out of him. Let's look at Kendrick is out. Kendrick is out cold. And Cesaro is looking to kick it into high gear. And again, we're back to the European uppercuts. Again and again. But Cesaro's not done. He's going to whip him off the ropes into the opposite turnbuckle. Got him with another European uppercut. And he's going to take him around yet again. And now Cesaro with a full head of steam. Kendrick out on his feet. And a devastating drop kick. Cesaro is a house of fire right now. As he delivers the boot to Kendrick. Oh, and he's in a bad way. In a bad way as Cesaro takes him down. But he's keeping it hooked this time. He's looking for the trifecta. As Cesaro snaps off a second gut-wrench suplex. Here comes the third. Lucky number 3. He got him. And for Cesaro, the third time's the charm, but the gut-wrench suplexes aren't going to do it. Cesaro is looking to put the final nail in Kendrick's coffin. And although Kendrick, he gave it a hell of an effort, with this neutralizer, Cesaro has spelled his end. As Cesaro rolls him over, hooks the leg, center of the ring, count to 1,000. There's no way Kendrick's going to kick out of that. And indeed, he does not. The Swiss Superman, despite, again, I have to give tremendous props to Brian Kendrick. I did not expect him to put up that much of a fight against the world champion. Oh, now look at Kendrick. Oh, Kendrick offering a hand, looking for a handshake, a sign of respect here. No! More like a sign of disrespect. Kendrick just suckered him in. And a low blow. Well, Kendrick, Kendrick, I'll admire his performance, but oh my God. No. Was this all a setup? Brian Kendrick, he got Cesaro with the low blow, and now it's Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is looking to get the blindside attack on Cesaro. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, Cesaro worn out from that tremendous battle with Brian Kendrick. And now Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's just looking to pick up the pieces. Look at, Joe just slapping him in the face. And Samoa Joe is just... This has gone on for long enough. I mean, Samoa Joe, it's clear. He knows what he wants. And he's going to keep attacking until he gets it. I mean, Joe, he's taken out Styles. And now he's looking to take out Cesaro once again. You can see Cesaro is crawling. Cesaro's trying to fight back with anything he can muster. But does he have anything left? I don't think he does. And Samoa Joe knows this. Samoa Joe. I mean, got him with that punch to the face. I mean, Cesaro's got nothing left. Cesaro's basically just dead weight right now. Samoa Joe with that vicious half Nelson suplex. Now what's he thinking? Samoa Joe. No. Not from up there. Not from up there. Samoa Joe! Off the middle rope with that senton. Just crushed all the life, all the wind out of Cesaro. But he's still not done. Samoa Joe is going to add an exclamation point to this one. And it's very clear that Samoa Joe will stop at nothing to take that world championship from Cesaro. A direct message with that muscle buster. Well, we're out of time, folks. I will catch you in the next one.